Our experience with these Beaverwork capstone projects has really sort of shown the potential for merging sort of some sort of real market or industry opportunity with the students. The students are hungry for real projects, and they're really sharp. So if you can figure out a way to create a challenge for the students that has a real customer and a real interest and a real need, there's two things that happen. One is, by the way, the industry loves it because you get the stimulation of interacting with the students, but the students love it too because it's real. Okay, it's not some some project that's just going to be graded and not matter. And they know that if they can really come up with something that's interesting and out of the box, it may actually really result in something product. So, it's sort of the best of both worlds when it works. And we've been really happy with how this has worked. Again, both for the students and in terms of the kind of projects that spin off out of it. It's also a place to take risks that industry normally you might not want to take the risks. So it's typically these projects are not a lot of money. They're sort of interesting, and if they pay off, they're really can have a pretty significant payoff. But if they don't work, you haven't bet the company. MIT students are not afraid to again get hands-on. They're really interested in that. On the other hand, they do have the fundamental analytical chops to really leverage off of what's going on in technology. And they tend to be, as many sort of top-end students, very aware of technical innovations that I'm not. So they're often bringing stuff to me that I wasn't aware of. So, it isn't like I'm telling them, go do this. It's like, okay, here's the problem. What do you guys know that might allow us to really make this work? The MIT International Center for Air Transportation is basically a laboratory within the department, but also the School of Engineering and in the Sloan School, which is focused on all things air transportation. So we have a very broad perspective, ranging from fundamental work on aviation safety, all the way through airline management. We actually teach a joint course with the Sloan School on airline management, to pricing and revenue management, information technology and reservations. So we go all the way across the board. The MIT in general and the MIT students in particular are an incredible resource if you can figure out how to tap them. I think that figuring out how to make the connections and give real challenging problems to both the students and the faculty is a real opportunity. I think MIT, more than almost any university or institute that I'm aware of, is willing to and interested in tackling real problems in the real world. So we are an academic institution, but our real interest is to figure out how to make change. I think that in air transportation, I think we're concerned with what we should do and what can we do to mitigate environmental impact. I think environmental concerns are a significant threat to the world and also to our industry. So I think that's an area that we're working. I think that we have these new opportunities with these new data analytics techniques. So there's sort of a opportunity here to match the new analytic techniques with the data and the problems to get new insights, how we operate the system. In getting to the environmental factors, I can design a new airplane that's incredibly fuel efficient, but I'm going to still be flying the airplanes I have today for 30 years. So we think there's a lot of potential in figuring out how to make the operation of the airplanes and the infrastructure we have today more efficient.